when I was in middle school, I would ask my parents, what do you think I'm going to be when I grow up? And they didn't know. They were like, I don't know. So that kind of gave me the idea that I need to find my own path. I need to make my own goals and structure myself and be my own support system in a way. And that's exactly what I did. I found my passion. I forced myself to find a passion and continued down that path till I received my successful college admissions. But along the way, my parents, although very confused about what I was doing the whole time and why I wanted to do it, they did support me. I would, tell them, please drive me here. I have an award ceremony. Please drive me over here. I have to volunteer this weekend at a horse farm. And yeah, eventually, they even had to do that for the FAFSA. I told my mom, let's fill out the FAFSA. And she was like, what is that? I was like, just drive me to the tax lady. I'll figure it out. So support-wise, I had support, even though my parents were super confused about what I was doing and lost. But they drove me where I needed to go, and here we are. When you're applying to college, the same challenges I faced, I feel a lot of Latino students are facing even now. It's just there's a lot of confusion around what is required in the college admissions process, the deadlines, why are we doing it? I think Latino students understand the reason for going to college a lot more than they did when I was applying. So that is great that we are seeing an increased number of Latino students in colleges, but I still think the process itself is a little bit difficult to navigate, which is what's causing a lot of confusion and maybe less students to be able to pursue these top tier institutions that I think they're more than qualified to be at. So to overcome some of these difficulties, what I always suggest is you have Google right at your fingertips. It's exactly what I used when there weren't resources available to me. I didn't know advisors were a thing. So if you see this video, hello, I exist. Nice to meet you. I didn't know advisors existed then. So I just had to use Google, asking friends. I joined Facebook groups and asked questions where parents were. So I would say to overcome some of these difficulties, just kind of throw yourself into college admissions world. If you're a junior or senior, start exploring online. If you can get an advisor, that is always helpful. And if anything, reach out to your high school. They usually have some types of partnerships with some college admissions people, or at least your guidance counselor would know. Additionally, even reaching out to seniors from previous years who went to college, they might be a really great resource. Definitely, I definitely experienced imposter syndrome, especially during my first year at NYU in the engineering program. It's definitely an experience, to say the least. The people essentially there to support you along your way, I didn't feel were as helpful to me and my needs, but that could be because there weren't as many students like me from first generation, American first generation college student at that time that knew about our difficulties. Especially that I came from a little town in Florida all the way to New York City at the age of 17. It's very lost, very confused about the whole process. But eventually I did find those mentors I needed. NYU became a lot more diverse in that respect. And I found my way, overcome imposter syndrome day by day. If you're a Latino student wanting to pursue higher education, the first thing I would recommend is finding a community of people, a network. And I know that sounds really broad, but that's what I did. I literally went on Facebook when I was like 13, 12, and just tried to look for groups like women engineering, Latinos in engineering. And I eventually did find groups. I found scholarship networks like the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers, the National Computing Women in Information Technologies Organization, and partnering with them and going to their summer camps, applying for their scholarships, just reaching out to people I saw on LinkedIn as well. I was able to gain insight into their fields, what they have been through, and kind of build from that. And this is everything I did online, completely free, just me Googling, reaching out, emailing a bunch of people, just questions, cold calling, so to speak. And eventually I got the information I needed and I got to where I am.